Good morning all, and greetings from the allotment. Well, I came here for an hour of knocking some posts in to reclaim some of my land for my to take the paths basically off from the top of my plot, which gives me an extra 4 feet. However, yesterday we had a day of rain. I mean, I think it didn't stop for about 16 hours. Can you see what's happened? The spring, they've got a spring up here and it started to flow down here. And this area was actually about 3 feet down. It's filled it up. Not only that, if you look over here, this is where I was going to be knocking my post in along here. Well, we've got about a foot of water down there. So I'm not going to be able to do that today. But you can see now, having that, putting in that drainage thing here and having it up here has helped. But I need to hire this right up again to stop it from stop myself from having problems. So what I'm going to have to do, I may. You know, I've started taking the perennials and that out of these beds, and I need to relook at this area, tidy it up, maybe recover, and then put beds back in. But because I'm reclaiming this part, I need to do some thinking about this. So what I'm thinking about, I might take the soil out of these beds and pile it all up along here, build it all up. And then what will happen is I do want my black fabric down here, and I'm going to put raised beds on it. But I think that's what I need to do, because it's no good me putting raised beds, just you know, levelling it out and putting my beds here, because that's under about a foot of water. That's going to come almost over the raised beds. So I've got to think about that one carefully. Another job. I've had a quick walk actually on here, because when we had this sort of problem before, you can see I hide my side up already, which has helped me out. But when we had a lot of rain before, a few years ago, walking on this area here, which I'm going to test now, you sank up to your knees. This is quite solid. So stage 1 of preventing my allotment from flooding has helped. I mean, he did this, the chap who's got this plot here, well, it wasn't him actually, but the allotment society, he's actually only got part of that plot because of the flooding, because we realised that we'd got this spring coming down. And that's why we put in what was going to be a pond there, but then we got told we couldn't have a pond, so it never got took any further. But the idea was that the water would go into there, fill it up, and anyway, it's done it naturally. But it's not been enough, because it's gone over that. As I say, I know you can see some fabric there which is floated to the top, but that's about 2 feet deep down there, I believe, and it's come over the bank what was dug it out. Right, okay, so folks, today's job, what I'm going to do, I've only got an hour up here because it's Mum's birthday, and I had to cook the dinner and everything, which, well, the turkey was done yesterday, but I've got to do all the veg and everything today. So the plan now is to actually sow some seeds. So I'll get back to you when I've got that sorted. Okay. Well folks, it's a bit of a disappointment seeing that the top of my plot's underwater. Well, not my actual plot, but the one above. But it's. But anyway, just look what I'm greeted with. I had a look at my calendula seeds. What I propagated on the 28th of January. And can you see? Hang on, have we got that? There you are. we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about half a dozen which have come through. That's in that tray. Let's just stick that back, the propagator top. Let's have a look in here, see if there's anything in here. This is the, can't remember what we put, antirrhinum. Oh, and we've got 1 or 2 of those coming through as well. So, that's good news. Right, I've just filled up my little pots, 30 of them, to get ready for the broad beans. So I'll get this put on the tripod and we'll be back in a minute. Hello folks, we're doing broad beans today. It's the beginning of February. It does actually, I've got some DT Brown seeds. I've not used DT Brown stuff before, but I did buy quite a few bits and bobs, and so anyway, what we've got here is a giant exhibition long pod, and I thought we'd give it a try. I've never used this variety before. It says sow indoors February to April in pots of moist compost. Keep it approximately 15 degrees. Well, that's a bit hit and miss here folks, but when the sun's out it's 15 above. So we'll see how it goes. We've got more than enough in here, so what I'll probably do is we'll see how we go here, and then I'll take some and I'll sow the rest at home in the conservatory. Well, not the rest, I think it'll be far too many. But it says stand outside from April to final position after risk of frost. So obviously then these aren't frost hardy. Now I can tell you that ones that I've grown in the past, all the broad beans I've grown, didn't bother about frost, and I know a lot of people grow them in the autumn, so I didn't realise when I bought these that they don't like frost. Oh well, we'll have to see then folks, it's going to be interesting with these. Got to sow them to a depth of 2 inches in double rows. Right, that's obviously when you're going to sow them outside. We're sowing them inside. I've always done them 1 inch deep. Just do a little hole 1 inch deep and then drop it in, cover it, make sure they're watered. So that's what we're going to do. You've got to keep them well watered and weed free. And once the beans form, pinch out the top of the plant to deter black fly. That is something you really need to remember to do folks. I forgot last year. I didn't get any broad beans. The black flies just destroyed them. Right, let's open it up and have a look. For those of you who have never seen broad beans, that's what seed looks like. Oh, they are. Right, so we're gonna I hope you can, yeah, can you, tell you what, I'll do it from this side. I think you can see, yeah, you can see that. So 1 inch deep. And put it in the middle. You know what, we'll see how many seeds we've got. I might actually put a couple in the plot, in a pot. So we'll just drop it in. With seeds folks, the general thing is that you bury the seed with the same depth of soil as the size of the seed. That's what the general, it doesn't always apply that way, but you can't go too far wrong. And obviously, I mean, like that one there, that's about 1 inch in size. Right. My suggestion is put the bean on the surface of each of the holes what you've made, and then when you can see you've clearly got 15, press them in, because just then I was pressing them in and I could only just see which ones had actually put the bean in. I've got loads left here, folks, so let's do another lot. I hope if you're in the UK, I hope it wasn't too bad, the weather yesterday for you. It certainly was a wet one where we were. Here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Got plenty of seeds left. Plenty left. I don't know how many's in these packs, does it say? No, it doesn't say. So anyway, those can be taken home and we can use them at home. So I'll put those to one side. Right, so just press it in, press them all in. And then all we've got to do is just cover them up. And that's it, folks. We've just got to label them up. All I'm going to do in the case of these, because these are purely for myself, I'm just going to put a couple of labels in each of these. The reason why I put 2 is in case one gets knocked or lost. If it's got 2 in, there's less chance of me losing them. Having said that, when the beans come through, you can clearly see what they are, so you're not going to get them mixed up with anything else. Mainly because, for instance, French beans and everything like that, they're not going to go in until April, probably towards the end of April before I start sowing those. Because frost here, the last frost date is the 12th of May, but we get frost into June, so you've got to be, and beans are very, French beans, runner beans are very, they'll just die off if there's a single frost catches them. So, but broad beans, I've never heard of that before, so whether this is a special strain or something, I don't know. Special variety, I should say. Right, okay, so that's the broad bean video. Keep your eye out for the next videos. We're going to be doing a dianthus one, that's coming up. I'm going to do a separate one for that. I've got some, let's just check the time, yeah, we're alright. I've got some more sweet peas, and I've got some trial onion seeds which can be sown in here as well. They're not my main ones, what I'm going to be growing. I'm going to have another bash of them. I don't have much luck with onions. They all seem to get, I can grow them, not really big ones, but they seem to get damp and they just go mouldy, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I really don't, but perhaps you can give me some advice, it'd be appreciated. So yeah, so those videos are coming up. I was going to say something. Big thanks to Marina, if you're watching, for all those sweet pea seeds what you've sent me. These what I'm sowing today are not from your lot. I just happened to found them on a magazine. Normally I take the seeds off the magazine straight away, but on this occasion I hadn't, which probably means that I haven't read the magazine either. But so anyway, I've got some which I'm going to be sowing, but yours will be coming up. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching.